Hey, welcome to Tech Tips with
guys.
Sold Out Media.
Yeah, I'm Linus.
Amanda. Today we're going to talk about Luminar 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a new Luminar that's coming out soon.
Yeah, what's that? What's
Luminar
the name of
AI.
There
And
you
it
go.
actually looks very powerful. But today we're going to just talk a little bit about what Luminar can do and maybe a little bit about why you might use Luminar instead of Photoshop or Lightroom. Both are very powerful tools, Photoshop
Yes.
and Lightroom. But Luminar has something in it, a component of artificial intelligence that actually makes some of the editing very, very easy.
Those long edits can be cramped down into just a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Now, Luminar did develop so that it could be a plugin to Lightroom as well. And now Photoshop has added some elements of what Luminar does to the latest edition of Photoshop. But Luminar still has some, again, artificial intelligence that really helps you. I'm going to start with a picture. I actually burnt myself with cooking food a few months ago.
Sad face.
It was super sad. I was sad. So as soon as you bring a picture into Luminar, you have some options here on the side. And if you go down to the smiley face, it says portrait. You click on that, and then one of the first options you get is skin enhancer. Now, just watch how much of my face gets cleaned up when I actually select this to be on. Look at that.
Wow.
Right? You can
They
see
even took away your little freckle.
it took my freckle away and everything.
Too much, too much.
Now, you can actually, if you do feel like it's done too much, you can actually put an edit mask on there.
Wow.
And you can erase away, if I want my freckle back. There's my freckle back,
There you go.
right? Doesn't fix everything on my face. There's definitely, what a great angle too. You see right up my nose. We won't stay on that picture any longer. So let's go over to another picture. I have a picture of Jake here.
That's a nice picture.
The first thing I want to do, so I went up to the sun here.
Yeah.
It's called Essentials. And you can see right away I have options for fixing light, color. I can do black and white conversion, detail enhancer, denoise, landscape enhancer. There's a lot here, but right away this picture, it looks like it's really bright in the background to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to play with the exposure here. If I bring some of the highlights down a little bit, maybe if I bring the exposure down and the shadows up a little bit, you can start to see that there's a little better separation with Jake there.
Yeah.
There is an AI enhance here as well. So you can actually play around with that and see how much that enhances the photo. But you can definitely see the difference when I toggle on and off. You can also come up here with Luminar and actually see
Half and half.
the half and half of what you're doing.
You can pull it too.
You can pull it too, there it is.
So you can actually see half his face.
So you can see what difference we're making here. There's some other things we can do. We can go back to the portrait here. If we go to Portrait Enhancer, we can do all kinds of things. We can remove red eye. We can put light on his face, which is really unnecessary in this bright
In the
scene.
white snow.
In the white snow. But look, I can make his face slim. I don't know if you guys can see this. So this toggle on and off. Not that Jake is pudgy in any way, shape, or form, but look at the difference. I'm going to put him back to his normal shape. You can enlarge the eyes. Nice big eyes. Make those eyes bigger,
Very big though.
right?
But yeah.
Yeah, and then you can improve his eyebrows. You can clean up his eyebrows. Nicely bringing the shape of his eyebrows a little bit better. You can increase his lip saturation.
So he's all pretty.
He's all pretty. You can change the redness of his lips. And you can whiten his teeth. So let's just do all these changes here real quick. You can even whiten his eyes too. You can give him the enlarged eyes, slightly slimmer face. Now Jake looks like a supermodel. See, before, there's Jake before,
Yeah.
Jake after.
Those lips, man.
Look at
Super
that.
red.
Look at that handsome guy I married. Look, supermodel.
You just need an editing software.
You just need editing software. You can make any one of your spouses look great.
You have multiple.
No, but seriously, look at the difference that you can do here. Again,
And that
so
was just from you fiddling with it.
that was just from me
just
fiddling
a
with it.
minute of just touching it.
playing with things, right?
That's impressive.
It is. Now, again, I had shot a wedding when I first got Luminar. I bought Luminar here in the spring. I edited half the photos in Lightroom.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I re-edited them in Luminar. The thing with Luminar is it's so intuitive. Things just went like this.
Yeah.
So fast. So.
Can you make presets and stuff?
You can actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I see all of this down here.
So yeah, we can change it to a black and white picture with the presets. You have on the bottom all these different presets of what you can do. Now, just so that you're aware, if you play around with the presets, it takes away the edit that you just did.
Okay.
So if you want to base it off of one of the presets, choose the preset first.
Okay, so start with the preset if we're going to use the preset.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you have to do all of it from your on your own.
All right.
So here it says save new look.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Is that how you can save? If you do your edit, can you just save it then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
So that's how you do that.
Yeah. Now, if we go up to another photo here, and this is one that I purposefully overexposed to see what I could draw back. So you can see if we go back up to the sun and go to light, let's see what we can actually recover here if we start playing with the exposure a little bit. So if I bring down the exposure and the highlights ever so slightly, and I draw up the shadows a little bit, I'm going to go down to landscape enhancer. I'm going to dehaze. Dehaze is a great little feature because it kind of takes away some of that glare from the sun. You can add some golden hour and some color from foliage enhancer. Again, it's the AI structure of this that just makes it so brilliant.
So easy to work with.
Exactly. You can sharpen just like you can in other things. Now let's see, if I go into color and advanced settings, I can actually change the luminance of certain colors. So right now my grass is kind of dark. Let's see here if I change the luminance. Yeah, look at that. I can brighten that grass up. Again, this is a very overexposed picture. There we go. There we get the green back. Look at that.
That's almost too much green, but I see what you can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna leave it over exaggerated just for the sake of explaining this. But you can see you can actually recover quite a lot in the dynamic range in this.
Yeah.
So then if I look at another photograph, so here we have one in the opposite direction that's really dark. If I go into the light again, and I increase the exposure a little bit, increase the shadows a lot.
Wow, look at that.
I know, right? You can start to see.
Came out.
I'm actually going to bring the exposure down again and let the shadow come up a little bit because I want the foreground a little more exposed. So, there we go. And then if I go to landscape enhancer again, you see the dehaze kind of, it makes it darken a little bit.
Works really well on skies and water.
Gorgeous, right? Got some golden hour going on there. That's a lot of golden hour, right?
Changes the whole.
Exactly. Now,
nice.
I like my skies, I often like my skies redder rather than more yellow in terms of sunsets. Maybe a little bit more orange.
Okay.
So if I go into the orange setting, I can draw it a little bit closer to the red side.
That's very impressive.
Right?
The AI just fixed that for you so fast.
So fast, right? I can brighten it a little bit so it blends a little bit better, or I can darken it and make it look that it's actually closer to sunset. But you still see how bright the rock remains, right?
Yeah, the rock just sits there.
It just sits there.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of how this works.
So it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
And let's see, if we boost up the structure, you can see then it starts getting that artsy sort of look to it.
That like almost sharpen feel to it.
Like this is what I see people doing on all their Instagram photos. It's like, how did you make that bridge look like so weird? But yet you can't take your eyes off of it. Well,
sharpen.
Structure.
Structure.
Yeah. So again, look, we can see the difference.
Wow.
Right?
That's awesome. Look at that. You can barely see the rock in the original.
No, exactly, right? And look at how much different that photo looks. And the bridge too. Like look at the details in the bridge, right?
Impressive.
All right, I think I have one more photo to show you guys.
All right.
This picture here. It looks really horrible.
That looks really boring.
Doesn't it look boring?
Yeah.
And partly because I knew that we were buying this software. This was again back in the spring.
All right.
And it is wanting to replace the sky.
Yeah. Fix it.
I'm gonna fix it. Just you calm down.
Show us how to fix it.
So if you go into the little palette here,
The creative.
the creative palette, yeah. Just check this out. Now these are pre-added skies.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
It just fixed it.
And one thing that really stood out to me is how much it followed those tiny leaves. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that. Even on the right side.
If
too.
I was going to do that in Photoshop,
That would take a long time.
years. The details of the leaves, it's insane.
That's impressive, yeah.
Right?
Bright blue sky. Look at that.
It's insane.
And just swap them.
I want to show you guys one other thing too. You can use your own sky as well. So let's see, if you go in here, original sky, I think. No, load custom, sorry.
Yeah.
Silly me. So desktop. Let's see, what do I got here? That's a nice sky. That's a pretty dramatic sky.
Take that one.
You want that one?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's how long it took to process that.
Exactly, my own sky. And then I have advanced settings. So I can actually change some things in here, like the position of the sky.
Yeah, you can add sun rays and everything too.
I went too far. If you go too far, like the picture's only as good as your picture is.
Yeah.
And let's see here, the sky temperature. I can warm it up or I can cool it down.
That dramatic sky.
Relight the scene. I can light the scene according to how I feel the picture is. We need a sunnier sky here, buddy. Let's try to find a different one. There we go.
Nice.
Right?
And as before, it changes the whole temperature of the whole picture
Exactly.
to fit the sky.
Exactly. I can change the
really
exposure
nice.
of the sky and the temperature of the sky. I relight the scene a little bit here. Are you bored?
Yes.
But why, sir?
Just giving the viewers some dancing.
I gave some golden hour. Such a butt. And now I bring up the exposure a little bit there. A little bit of contrast to the picture.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I told you.
Yeah, it's
Bring
good.
up my shadows just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go into the color. Now we get to our greens here. I can try to change the hue of the green so it starts to look a little more autumny or super
Or alien.
golf coursey. I mean, we can play with this picture all day and have so much fun with it. Guys, I hope this was helpful for you. And if you want more photography tips, definitely contact us. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it and all of that jazz.
Thank you again so much, my friends, and have a terrific day.
Yeah, see you, man.